everybody, and welcome to another episode of Over the Cup podcast, a Formula One podcast for fans old and new by Formula One fans old and new. Today, we are trashing Kramer with Hari Badger, Hakuni, and Neil, and myself. No, we're talking about Singapore.
And
Yeah.
Kramer.
And Kramer. I mean, of course, we are trashing.
I mean, what's
I mean,
the fun when he's not on the call?
It is fun. That's when we started getting traction. Then Kramer came to poorly defend himself. And
Oh,
yeah, next episode. Yeah.
So Singapore practice.
Singapore before practice, we had a lot of news coming out,
Yes.
which is Mercedes lineup for 2024. Russell and Hamilton both signing their contracts till.
I am happy
2025, I
Hamilton
think.
signed.
Yeah, I mean, I'll get into that. Alpha lineup, they are also not changing their lineup. Any comments on these lineups?
I mean,
So
Mercedes lineup was sensible, but Alfa Romeo, why?
why
Yeah,
keep
I don't see
Bottas?
the point of Bottas. Yeah.
Why? I mean, why? Just why?
Yeah, and the thing is that it's not like there are not drivers are not available in the market.
Yeah.
Man,
I would say
I just want
go
to
for
put it out there. I
Theo
wanted
Pocher.
Robert Schwartzman
Robert
for a
Schwartzman,
very,
yeah.
very long time. That poor chap is getting a lot of hate because of just being a Russian.
Oh, he's a Russian?
Mm.
I didn't know.
Yeah, he is. And
Oh,
I think he participated in one of the practice sessions recently, I guess, if I'm not wrong.
Schwartzman has not.
no. Schwartzman had not.
No, he
Schwartzman
did, I
has
Drogovic
not.
guess.
did. Drogovic did.
Drogovic
Drogovic
did.
for Aston.
No.
Drogovic participated.
I think he participated in one of the.
No,
I
Drogovic
think
did
he
in one of the
Dutch
practice
GP or
sessions.
something.
I think
Really?
in Monza, Felipe Drogovic participated in one of the
Didn't
practice
Schwartzman
sessions.
drive Ferrari?
Nope. No,
Okay.
it was there is that rule now that they have to give young drivers a chance twice in a year, but
He did a
so far
test.
only
He did
Aston
a
has
test
done.
for Ferrari, but he was not secured. He did not get secured. He did a test for Ferrari.
Okay. It was
Yeah, because
something
the day after he did the test, the entire Russia thing happened, na?
Yeah, exactly. So suddenly his name was all over the internet, all over the
Yeah.
F1 among the F1 community. So that's where I think I was mistakenly I thought that he had a practice session with Ferrari, but yeah, I
No.
don't know, man, why these Russian things come up. It's
But so the
completely
thing is that
political.
because of the political issues will happen. It is
I
going
mean,
to
this
affect.
sport also races in Saudi, man. They don't get to sit on their high horses selectively like that. But I get it from both point of views, but and we'll get into this with the whole Helmut Marko stuff. Like FIA is very conveniently they choose what political so-called issues to take a stand on. So when the invasion of Russia and Ukraine started, they were very quick to be like, yeah, okay, we're not going to do that. But then you're also racing your drivers when there is a blast happening like 10 kilometers away. And then you have racist fucks like Helmut Marko, and you're just giving them a warning. I mean, like, how many times does that man has to prove that he's a racist piece of shit through and through for FIA to be like, Helmut, we don't care what position you have. You're just out of the sport. Do you remember like Nelson Piquet's comments on Lewis Hamilton and the way he talked
Yeah.
about like so much, right? Why can they not? And it's not the first time he's trashed Sergio Perez. And it's not the first time he's commented on his country or like him not being that good just because he is quote unquote South American, which is wrong. Technically, Mexico is Central America. Like he's not even correct in his racism.
Yeah.
But
My problem with Helmut Marko is an apology is not enough for the amount of shit he says.
yeah,
He comes
Like-
out of the bat and says anything to anyone, and we just have to be okay with it. That's not fine. For me, that's not how it
his
works.
apology counts for fuck all because he's done it so many times and he's not apologetic. Like, sure, Red Bull can put out a statement and shit like that, but that's like crisis management by a PR agency. That's not.
If he comes out in a media and says shit, then he has to come out in the media and apologize. That's
Which
a
he's
fair
not going to
fair
do.
thing.
Like, let's not forget that he is also the guy who supported who was that Red Bull Junior who got flagged for using a racial slur on a Twitch stream. I forget the name.
Oh yeah. I remember.
The guy
I
with
remember.
Liam Lawson. Who was that kid?
Oh, wait.
It was a Red Bull Junior. I forget the name.
Yuri Vips.
Yuri Vips.
Yeah.
He supported Yuri Vips through that. He's also supported when Max used racial slur against Lance Stroll and offended an entire country, and the country demanded that Max Verstappen apologize, but he supported him through that also. So like his actions, like his words are shitty, but his actions when he supports his drivers like that in this kind of behavior, they also prove that he has no intention to change, or that he doesn't see what he's saying and what he's doing as wrong. So if FIA is really big on, and if they really mean that we race as one and that there is no place for racism in the sport, then fucking take actions. Helmut has done it time and again. It shouldn't matter what he means to Red Bull. He can keep his job at Red Bull. Just don't come to the paddock. He doesn't get time in the media. Keep your racist opinions to yourselves. Say it to the 4 people who care about you despite however horrible a person you are. Say it to them. You're not going to change, but that doesn't mean that F1 needs to give this guy any time on air. Sky shouldn't give him time. Like, I don't know why he's like just being let off with a warning.
Bro thinks he's
Not
Niki
even a
Lauda of
warning.
Mercedes.
Sorry?
Bro thinks he's Niki Lauda of Mercedes.
Niki has
Lauda of
never said
Red Bull. I mean,
anything.
he
No,
sees
no.
himself in that position.
In that position, not that Nikki also
Yeah.
had similar views in the sense
Yeah.
that he thinks he is
Yeah,
as
understood.
valuable as Nikki was to Mercedes, and that may be
Exactly.
true. Maybe
That may be true. It feels like
Yeah,
that.
but
The way they are
it-
protecting him, it could be true.
It could be true, but that still does not excuse this behavior from anyone. Helmut is not special. And I think it's high time that F1 should realize that, and FIA should take a stand against them. Red Bull is never going to do that. I mean, when has Red Bull ever done the right thing?
Red Bull doing something good. Yay!
No, they're never going to do that. Okay. That's all I want to speak on Helmut Marko. I don't even want to give him more time on this podcast. But let's talk about the appeal by Massa. What do you guys think about that?
Appeal by
too late.
Massa. Oh,
Too
it
late.
was-
Why now?
Why not? Because Bernie Ecclestone said in an interview with another old man who just needs to keep his mouth shut, but he said in an interview that if Crashgate happened today, he would have dealt with the situation differently. I think heavily implying that he would have either disqualified the race or like the race would have been nullified or some shit like that. And
So okay.
I think if you
so-
look at it from that point of view, if you take away the points that Lewis scored in that race, I think Massa
then
would
Massa wins.
become the
Yeah,
champion.
Massa wins.
Yeah.
Massa wins. But
Hmm.
my point is, if you do that, if you want to, nullify and do things like that, then go back till 1960 and nullify all the things that you've done. Why
Yeah.
just one race? Why just one race you are so hyped about just because you think that this will give you some clout? And
I
this
mean,
has
like,
given
see,
the
I
idiot
get
Max Warriors one more chance. Oh, that belonged to Massa. See, he's appearing. No, that is bullshit.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
Lewis did
forget
not do
about
that.
this one championship. So if a positive result comes out of in favor of Massa, imagine the people who have raced in the past before Massa also. They might have had something unlucky or something
Yeah, that's what I'm
against them.
saying. That's exactly what
happened.
I'm saying.
where's the limit then? Where is the
Yeah,
limit?
exactly,
What is the limit?
exactly. And you cannot stop all those consequences, right?
Yeah, of course, there will be claims. There will be claims of a lot of people saying a lot of things about championships ending
Yeah.
in a controversy. I don't think by any, and like I get it, like the evidence of Crashgate came out in 2009. Like the championship was already wrapped up, whatever. Renault faced the consequences and everything. Whatever the fuck the actions happened after that. But take your time and have whatever action you want to have then. Like, retrospective, what is this retcon that they're doing? I don't understand. Why does Bernie need to, first of all, why are people asking him about 2008 now? I don't get it. Second, if he just said it unprompted, why? Like, what is the purpose of it? Because if you let this happen, if we were to believe the conspiracy theories that this is just so that they take away Lewis Hamilton's championships, wouldn't this open the door for people to also make claims against Michael Schumacher or Niki Lauda or Alan Prost? Or I don't know how many championships ended in controversies, but if you look at the rivalries, like all of these people are just such hardcore rivals. What is stopping them from like just living in the past and like just trudging all of this history up? And Sebastian Vettel's video of naming all the champions then becomes wrong. Like, what are you doing? You can't take that away from us.
Yeah.
The most amazing video ever.
And my point is, this dude came 13th in Singapore in 2008.
Yeah, that was not solely just what do you say, Renault's fault.
Just Crashgate. Yeah, it was not just Crashgate.
He drove away with the fuel hose still connected to his Ferrari, and that's why he dropped all these positions, right? It wasn't solely so like, it's not like it was just Crashgate and the actions of that were the only reason that Massa did not score points. Then how do you remedy that? How do you take that into account? Because I don't think like nullifying a race 15 years after does anything.
And Hamilton did not win also. My point is, if Hamilton won or gained anything because of Crashgate, then this stands to ground. But he did.
The entire thing was done to solely benefit Alonso. It's not like Renault had an agenda against Massa winning. Renault just wanted Alonso to win.
Exactly.
So it was solely to help Alonso. And the thing is that had the decision to nullify the race taken then and there, the remaining championship would have changed. Because if you know what your standings are, you can't just say now that, okay, we are going to nullify the Singapore GP now and then take away the points, whoever scored points there, and then based on whatever the points scored in the next races were, we'll give out. No, that's not how it works, because the team strategies, the driver strategies would have changed depending on where they were standing at the time in the championship. You can't do that. And Toto Wolff has said that we are really following it closely. We are at the sidelines, but we are watching it very closely, because if they reverse that, then it opens the door for Abu Dhabi 2021.
Oh, then he is going heads first in for Abu Dhabi. That is a for sure. He is not going to leave Abu Dhabi. That is for sure.
So I don't like this retconning. Like, you either take action. You take action in 2009, na? 2009, you change the results. I still think it is wrong, but okay, the evidence came out then. Like, you couldn't have, like, Nelson Piquet Jr., that was when this entire Piquet family, man. It's like just fucking headache, dude. The entire family. But that's when Nelson Piquet admitted that he was asked by the Renault team to crash. You took actions. You disqualified Renault. You fined them. You banned their whatever top officials. 2 people, I think, were banned from F1 for like 5 years or something. You took the actions. Why is it even being discussed? I don't understand. But like, it
is just stupid. It is just stupid to gain some clown. There
is no fair way to even to take any decision on this. You know, like, it will be unfair to take it away from Lewis. It will be, and similarly, it will be unfair to take away 2021 from Max. Now you can't. You had your chance.
Yeah.
It goes both ways. It's not like I'm going to sit here and say it's unfair to take it away from Lewis, but please take it away from Max. No, you had your chance. Even in 2021, they had their chance. They saw what happened. It was a different interpretation of rule, or whatever the fuck it was, the human error that made Max Verstappen the champion. They had time to rectify it. They did.
They had 3 months of time.
Exactly.
3 months.
And the evidence was right there because it happened on live TV. It's not even like they unearthed something after, like, X number of months that now they can't take any action. It happened live, happened in front of millions of people who were watching the race. So,
What could be probably one of the most exciting seasons ever? Exciting title
Yeah.
battles.
in such a long time, and they just shut on the entirety
In such a long
of it.
time, and with the inflow of new fans to the sport as well.
Exactly. It brought so many people to the sport. Like that season was
It
that season is what
genuinely
it
got-
started this podcast.
I mean, we didn't start after Abu Dhabi. We started with that season opener itself. So
Yeah, the season
Yeah.
post.
We didn't. Yeah. But that's when I decided that we should have a podcast. That
This dumb
yeah.
fuck would have lost the race any which ways.
Who?
Massa, I was just reading the entire race report of Singapore. He had a pit mishap. He was also losing time post it. So I will slap him.
No, but it's
but
not
why are we
like
talking about Singapore?
No, I was
mean,
just reading
Singapore.
the race report.
15 years ago, and then
I was just
we'll
reading the
get to
race
the
report
present.
15 years ago.
Yeah.
I was just
But
trying
still-
to understand that if he would have won it, if not for the crash gate. But then also he would not have won it.
And dude, there were like so many. I think there were, I think 3 or 4 more races left after that till Brazil.
Yeah.
So it's not like it was just over. Like I would have understood if Singapore. I was under the impression that Singapore was the race, and then after that, the next race was Brazil. And so like
Okay, wait.
Lewis,
Hold on.
but that wasn't the case.
Okay, his complaint was about the Singapore,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where crash
not
gate
about the
happened.
Brazil.
Yeah. His entire
He's
claim
only
is that
talking about
Bernie
Singapore.
existence. Yeah, he's only talking about
Okay,
Singapore. He's not talking about Brazil. He doesn't think anything wrong happened in Brazil. Like Lewis made that move fair and square. Whether whoever the fuck was in that Toyota slowed or not, that's a different thing altogether. But
All these days, I was thinking about something. He was talking about Brazil race.
no, it's
Okay,
about crash
now
gate.
it makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. It's only about Singapore. So I'm just saying that he knew, like, even if you take away the fact that Crashgate this that Singapore, he knew where he stood, and he also had an idea of how many races were left, who all were in the running, what they needed to do, how many races they needed to win, how many points they needed to secure that championship. It's not like, and I mean, to be very fair, he was champion when he crossed the line. It's just unfortunate whoever the fuck slowed down, or whether Lewis Hamilton made that move, or whatever happened. Like, people have spoken about it so many times, some think that it was they were in cahoots and they slowed down, but it happens. It's like, have you not seen it in championship? Have you not seen it with like Mercedes?
I mean, it's
Mercedes customer
life.
teams getting out of Lewis's way when he was in a championship fight. Similarly, AlphaTauri would get out of Max Verstappen's way if he's starting from the back and is in a championship fight.
AlphaTauri will not go into meetings where Max Verstappen is to be reprimanded. It happens.
Exactly. It happens. So
I am really pissed at how they are treating Tsunoda. This is Red Bull. I am done with Red Bull right now.
yeah,
I want
think
the
that
entire
looks-
constructor to go away.
I think it looks really bad. Okay, let's come to the present day Singapore. I think, yes, I think it looks really, really bad, especially when, there's a lot of talk about, oh my God, sister concern teams and this, that, and they have like so much information that can go this, that. There's like lots of conspiracy theories about what is happening between Red
The
Bull
worst
and
thing
AlphaTauri.
is
And
them
nobody
saying
would
that
say
we will-
that it's too much, because if you look at AlphaTauri's performance, by the way, congratulations to AlphaTauri to finally get more points than they've had drivers. Good on that. Also, Liam Lawson, mega
Liam
drive.
Lawson.
Liam Lawson was the
Bro.
goat of this race. But yeah, I would say it looks really bad when it's like, oh, it's Max Verstappen versus AlphaTauri, and AlphaTauri does not even show up to the hearing. Like, I don't get it. And
So
And
I
my
was
other
just
thing is-
under the impression that they are saving Max, but they are saving Red Bull as a whole. It is so pathetic.
yeah,
And you can see in the video, it is so clear that Perez, pushed Albon off the track. But still, they took it till the end of the race to comment, so that in the meanwhile, Perez had the distance. If it was said before, someone else would have tried to gain that 5 second gap.
Yeah. The thing is that
They waited till the end of the race. इतना खुले में support कर रहा है.
yeah, exactly. And like with the hearing thing, I don't know. But like my question is that why do they need to even have a hearing? It's clear that he impeded. And we've had precedents where they say that the outcome of the impeding does not matter. Because I remember very clearly when Ricardo was in McLaren and he impeded Ocon.
Arey, I've shared with you, there are 4 instances of impeding which have happened in the very recent past. And on all the 4, they given a 3-second 3 grid drop.
3 place grid drop plus 2 penalty points on their super license.
Yes. Yeah.
Why is
They
Max
have given
Verstappen
that
being
to
treated
everyone.
differently? Yeah,
For
exactly.
Max, no action needed. Arey, teri to.
Why exactly? And then like Red Bull fans will be like, oh my god, you're just jealous of
but
Max
Lewis
this,
did that in
but
Silverstone. Max fan के पास एक ही चीज है. Lewis ने Max को Silverstone में फेंका.
no, but see, I will just say this. Like I was like everybody else, I was also eagerly waiting for what the penalties would be for Max Verstappen, because I think there were 2 or 3 instances for which he was being it was being checked whether he will have a penalty or not. And when the final verdict came, there were a lot of people, Max Verstappen fans, who were like, how is this not a penalty? They were like, this should be a penalty because it was clearly impeding.
Max
You
also
say.
stopped at the exit of the pit lane. And then who's his radio? What's his name? The new guy.
JP.
He changed the conversation. Like Max was just doing something and he was not moving at the exit of the pit. I think in practice 2 or something. Practice 2 or qualifying 2. Something, I don't remember. And then JP said, Max, you can go. And then he just changed to, I think the car is okay now, you can go.
Exactly. So like,
it is so clear.
Does Max Verstappen need support from the FIA to win the championship? I think he's under threat, according to them. Like, I don't get it. Like, that guy is winning by a country mile. Why do you need to
I don't think anyone can catch up to him.
Yeah, nobody can catch up to him. So, like, it's just, when will it be mathematically impossible for somebody to not catch up to Max Verstappen? It's only a matter of time that Max Verstappen wraps up the title. So, I don't get it. I don't get why they are so keen on helping Max Verstappen. And, when even the driver's supporters are like, this kind of favoritism is too much, you have to understand you're going a little bit too far. Yeah. So, I don't know, man. It's like, is there anything else to say? I don't even have it in me to have an FIA rant because this was a good race weekend.
Yeah, let's go to the race, I guess. That makes sense.
Let's talk about the race. But before we do that,
before the race, the qualifying,
both Red Bulls out in Q2.
Yes, Liam Lawson,
the GOAT.
Even
oh my god!
Before that, Q1, the Stroll crash.
Oh my god! Oh
yes.
First of
I
all,
was very scared.
We are very happy. We are very happy that Lance Stroll is okay. Like, it was a very scary crash.
I just wanted to put it out there. As much as we are glad and happy that he is out and escaped with that horrible crash without any major injuries, I just want to say one thing. Stroll, what the fuck were you doing there?
Exactly. Oh my god.
Why? There was absolutely no reason to push the car over the limit there. I mean, he had a decent lap time there. On the live, they were showing his onboard right from, I think, the sector 2 ending, I guess.
Yeah.
Right. All through the sector 3, on the live TV, they were showing his onboard only, and I was sensing something would happen. I thought he would go into wall at the tight corners or something like that, but man just crashed into the fastest corner on the Singapore GP
circuit. Yeah, I don't get it, especially because, like, I don't think his lap time was so bad that he was going to get out of Q1. because it's
He
Q1.
had
It's
two
like
greens, dude. He had two greens. I mean,
exactly.
the commentators were saying on the I think Crofty was saying it out loud that Stroll is putting up some good time on the good time in the sectors 1 and 2, and
Yeah. Sector
some
1 and 2, he was doing very good.
he was
And then
doing. It
sector
was not
3.
purple, but it was decent enough to get out of
Yeah.
Q1 easily.
It
But
is what the Aston Martin could do best, because I think Alonso was also facing some technical issues.
yeah,
So it
yeah.
was they could do best, I guess.
Bro screwed over Piastri also. Like Piastri was improving
Yeah,
and he
PSG
was
was
behind
actually just
Piastri.
entering the final sector and nowhere to go.
But that was such a scary crash because I think we were following him on the live when he crashed.
Yeah.
You know, like it was his onboard that was on, and that's when he crashed, and they suddenly changed it, and it was one of this. It was very reminiscent of Mick Schumacher's crash in Saudi. Remember that crazy crash in last
Yeah.
season he drove for Haas. Like it was that car was fucked. Like that car was done.
Thanks to that Tech Pro and the safety measures.
Safety
Yeah,
measures in the
yeah,
car.
yeah.
Yeah.
Glad
So
that he
happy
walked
for
out.
the safety measures.
Yeah.
And I was so glad when I saw him getting out of the car on his own. I was like, oof,
Yeah.
thank God.
Yeah, when they played the first radio from him when he
Yeah.
confirmed that he's okay. It's a good
Actually, I
job
was
that they
relieved
do with
because
the
I thought that
safety.
he would have some injury on his leg or something, which he would not have, understood because of the adrenaline. But when he got
Maybe,
out
yeah.
of the car and was walking, I was like, okay, thank God. I don't think anything major, but thank God.
Yeah, but there was no need to do that. And I mean, I don't know, man. Like, this Lance Stroll incidents have been like half of them are like because he's not using his mirror. The other half is like he's just making these stupid mistakes, which you would not expect a driver who has been on the grid for like 6-7 years to make. Like, let's discount the F2, F3 careers. I mean, pretty sure he would have driven in those seasons as well in Singapore. But from 2017 onwards, I think with the exception of 2020, I don't think there was a Singapore GP. But like with the exception of that, he's like this is not his first or second time in the Singapore track. Like how do you make a mistake like that? I don't get it. But yeah.
It's
So
it's a rookie mistake, actually.
Yeah, Piastri got screwed. But he made up so many places in the main race and nobody talked about it because we finally had a good battle for the race. It was so good. It was so good. Honey Badger, this is, I think, the worst race for you to have missed.
Yeah.
This was
mean,
Ferrari.
It's okay. I have seen the last, I think from lap, is it 37? No, sorry.
Yeah, somewhere around that time when the
42
VSC
laps, right?
Yeah, I would say somewhere
maybe
around that.
37 or 30.
No, total 62 laps. Total 62 laps.
Is it 62? I don't think so.
Yeah. No. I'm on the F1 side. It's 62 laps.
What? Singapore has
Yeah.
62 laps?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think maybe last 5 to 6 laps I came back home and I watched the race. I saw for the first 10 to 13 laps I saw, and I was out for some work and came back again, watched the last 5 to 6 laps.
Okay.
And I saw Hamilton. Okay, we'll come to that, but
Yeah.
let's finish off the other things first.
Yeah. Anything else? Massive drive from Carlos Sainz in qualifying. I think that was a very
great
well
drive.
deserved
But
P1.
also sorry to Sainz, because the excitement of him getting on pole was taken away by Max Verstappen is out of qualifying.
Yeah.
Both Red Bulls out in Q2. I think first time it has happened since, what did they say? 2018 some race.
2018, yeah.
Mm,
But
yeah.
I am still shocked that Bottas has had a better streak than Red Bull. How is this possible? Red Bull has been dominating for 2 years, man.
But they've only
And
started
even before
dominating
that,
now.
even before that.
But you also have to remember, na, from 2019 2020, they didn't have the strongest drivers in the second seat.
अरे पर
I mean, like,
Q1
they
में तो आता होगा
flourished.
ना.
I don't think so. Why do you think Pierre Gasly was dropped halfway through the season? Even Alex Albon. I mean, I don't know, but yeah, I think there may have been one or two races where they just couldn't, like, both drivers couldn't make it. I mean, Max surely did, but maybe the other driver did not make it to Q.
I think there is this
Q3.
record also, right? Max hasn't been overtaken on the track since Austria 2022.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
but it is now broken so badly.
Oh
By
my
Liam
God.
Lawson.
Oh, Liam Lawson, bro. You have not seen what happened after the safety car and everything. Oh God.
I think Liam Lawson had the AlphaTauri contract until that lap in qualifying. I think the minute he out
You know
qualified
where
Max Verstappen, this guy has to wait one
won
more
that
year.
contract. Where Tsunoda won that contract is by helping Perez and Max not get penalties.
Wait, Perez ruined 2 drivers' races, right?
Yeah,
Tsunoda's and Albon's.
Albon. And he just got a 5-second penalty.
I don't like this version of Perez, man. I mean, even in the 2018 season also, when there was a lot of pressure around him, he makes these kind of naughty moves against other drivers while overtaking. He doesn't have a cool head.
He is
But
not
you
a
also-
dependable
but like-
driver. Come on.
I mean, I would also say, like, okay, I see your point, but when you've seen how Helmet talks about it, I mean, if Helmet has the audacity to say something like that in the media, can you imagine what kind of comments would happen behind closed doors? Like, it's not
okay,
like
I will
a
just- I will
demeaning
give
or
you this.
taunting way, but it's like that, those underhanded comments that people make while being like really nasty, but then they laugh it off. I just think that it's not a good environment for him. And again, I would like to reiterate my conspiracy theory. The minute Perez tweeted that I would like to fight for the championship, that's when his troubles started with Red Bull. Like, that's
100%.
the last race he won for Red Bull. He was very happy. He tweeted that he wants to fight for the championship. They made him change the tweet, made him take out that part where he said that he wants to fight for the championship. That's when his trouble started. And now, if
Baku, right?
yeah, Baku was the race he won. Yeah, I think so. Which was the 4th race of the season, because it was Max Perez, and then it's been only Max. Yeah. So
Can you
yeah,
imagine we only
Baku
have
was
had
the one.
3 winners till now.
Yeah, Baku was the only one. Baku was the one he won, the last race he won, and then after that's when all his troubles started. I mean,
Yeah.
it's too much of a coincidence. Like Monaco, Miami.
See, मेरे को
Spain,
Perez में
Canada.
Perez से खाली ऐसा है कि he wants a contract by someone next year, right? If Red Bull is not giving him the contract, where will he go? If he
He has
performs
a
like this, no
contract.
team will have.
He has a
After
contract. His
2024. I'm saying after
after-
2024.
I don't think after 2024 he would want to continue with Red Bull.
Yeah, but then where will he go? With a performance like this, no team will get him.
Maybe
That's my point.
either he retires or I don't know, man. I don't know, but like I get it from his point of view also. Like, if this conspiracy theory that I have that Red Bull is actually the one sabotaging Perez, then what do you expect him to do?
Arey, but at least perform for your own sake, for your
But
own.
what? But it's not like, see, we've seen drivers, we've seen good drivers who've proved their mettle perform bad when the car is not according to the way they drive. Would you say Ricciardo is a shitty driver because of what happened with him at McLaren? He was
Ricciardo
not putting performances. He just won
Ricciardo,
a race.
In some races he was shit. He was not pushing hard. I would not agree that Ricciardo was a great and he was doing everything he can at McLaren. He was not pushing hard. You have to believe me on that, and that is the reason Ricciardo did not have a contract post McLaren, because of his performance at McLaren.
No. Hold on. Ricciardo had a contract. McLaren went behind his back and
What I'm saying is
signed
after his
Piastri.
contract ended, after his contract ended at McLaren, driver with the metal of Ricardo should have gotten a contract right away, but he couldn't because his performance was not the very best at McLaren.
Listen, he had contract with McLaren till 2023, not till 2022.
I know.
He
He
wasn't.
they
So he wasn't in talks with teams. If he has a contract till 2023, they backhanded him. They backed him into a corner like that. And I
there
see
was a
again.
lot
I
of
don't.
chance for him
I
to
don't.
and a lot of time for him to get a contract.
I
It was
don't
not
think
done
there
ke
is
kal se
anything
mat
wrong
aana.
in taking a break from F1. I don't think there is anything wrong in it. And I mean,
I
like,
don't think he
took a
took a
break
break.
for.
I think no. It was not a break. It was contract नहीं मिला. It was not a break. अगर वो break लेता
He
तो वो
signed
Red
with
Bull के
Red
साथ
Bull.
join नहीं करता. No.
He signed
If
with
it was
Red
a
Bull.
break, no. If it was a break, then he would not have done that. That's what I'm
I
saying.
mean,
He
he
joined as a reserve driver. A driver of
joined
He
as a
didn't have a
reserve
chance
driver.
though.
Didn't have a chance.
He didn't have a chance though. I mean, the only option he had to stay relevant around
I think
F1
it was
is
only
to
Haas,
be a reserve driver.
Haas and Alpine. Haas and Alpine were the only teams at the time who were also looking for drivers.
And he said that he won't
because
drive
No,
for
even
maybe.
this Alfa Romeo. Alfa
why would
Romeo
he
signed
want to
Bottas
do?
at the end of the year.
No,
Yep. Bottas का
no.
last year contract end of the year था.
Bottas didn't drive for what do you say? Bottas didn't drive for Bottas was in Alfa Romeo till 2023. He had
हाँ तो मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ
his
इस साल का contract. I'm saying इस साल का
अरे
contract उन लोग
बाबा
ने year
in
end में
20
किया.
in 2021 he signed a multi-year deal with Alfa Romeo. Multi-year means 2+, but at least 1+. So his contract was not ending in 2022. Bottas का नहीं
He
था,
signed a
Zoe का
1
हो
year
रहा होगा.
contract ना. Bottas
No,
हमेशा
he
1 year
signed
contract होता है.
Bottas signed a multi-year contract. When the news
Yeah,
came
yeah,
out
it's-
about Bottas's contract, it was a multi-year contract, not a single-year contract.
It's no. It is definitely not a single year contract.
It wasn't.
for sure.
Why would he? Why would he leave Mercedes, who's giving him single-year contract, and get another single-year contract? It was a multi-year contract for Bottas.
But I still feel Perez needs to do something. ऐसे तो उसको नहीं मिलेगा दूसरा chance.
But I think that he's not getting the support, man. Like if a team is going to make you take down a tweet where you've just said that you want to fight for a championship, what are you expecting? Like if everybody is working against you, how do you expect to succeed? It's not a game it's not a sport that is purely based on your capability. There is a component of the machinery involved. It's not like football that if you play your position right, like even if the team fucks, even if the goalkeeper lets the goal in, you can still say, oh, ye midfielder acha khela. You can still say that, That's what Chelsea fans say about Mudryk or Enzo. That's what they do, right? Oh, Chelsea might not have won, but Enzo played well.
But crashing almost every other race is not the team, it's the driver.
That you don't know that. You don't know that. Maybe it's
What, you don't know that?
Bro, that entire team, the entire car is built around Max Verstappen. Why is it like the expectation since Gasly came into that team has been that everybody has to drive this car that Max Verstappen drives the way Max Verstappen wants to drive, and every other driver should adapt to it. And I find it very hard to believe that until the time that they needed Perez, which was 2021 season, Perez was doing a phenomenal job in that Red Bull seat. And the minute 2022, when they had a clearly superior car and everything, Perez's performance didn't matter. I really feel like they're just looking for a way to cut Perez out now, because they are really worried that if Perez vibes with the car, they will have a situation where they have two drivers who want to go for the championship, and it can turn nasty. It can turn every single season. Perez starts as Nico Rosberg to Lewis Hamilton and ends up being worse than Bottas. I don't think it's a coincidence. A dude who's been in Formula One for more than a decade does not suddenly forget how to drive. Does not just... You can make mistakes. Of course you can. Ricardo made a mistake with AlphaTauri. He's out with an injury. Perez. There might be some crashes that are purely Perez's fault. There might be some which are like setup related, and then they whatever setup they did, it just didn't suit his driving style. You never know, man, what is happening. Like I can't trust Red Bull with anything. And like, I have no loyalties to Perez, but I find it, I very much believe that it's the same thing that has been the case for Albon, that has been the case for Gasly. It's like too much pressure and too much of toxicity in that entire team. I think if somebody comes out and insults you by referring you to an entirely wrong continent and questions your ability on such a big platform for not even getting your origins right, like it can't be easy to be dealing with that kind of pressure. And if this is happening in front of people, worse is happening behind closed doors. Pretty sure of that. So I would say it's not possible for everybody to be like, oh fuck it, I'm going home. But whatever Perez's reasons are, I don't think Red Bull is going to let him continue. I think Red Bull is going to, there must be some performance related clause in his contract, and Red Bull is going to exercise something like that. If not by the end of this year, then halfway through the next season, they are going to swap drivers between AlphaTauri and Red Bull. That is going to happen. And if Perez is like, no, I don't want to drive for AlphaTauri, they'll be like, okay, bye-bye. Hello, Liam Lawson. Welcome. Congratulations on your first F1 contract. Here is your AlphaTauri seat. Red Bull does not have that problem now, that they don't have a good junior driver. I think Liam Lawson, this race weekend, proved that he can do a good job in that car. He scored their first points since so long. When was the last time Yuki Tsunoda scored points? And he actually finished in a position higher than Yuki. He finished 9th. He got 2 points. So, yeah. I get it. We all expect Perez to do good in that Red Bull because it's a Red Bull. But circumstances of Perez, and also, I think it's also discounting the fact that Max Verstappen is doing an amazing job in that Red Bull, dude. Like, it just, like, Perez's performance also proves that it's difficult to perform at the same level race weekend and race weekend out, like we discussed on our last episode. Like he's doing a good job, and just Singapore just was, I hope it's not a one-off. I hope it continues because this race was so fucking exciting. But you know, it happens. Okay, can we come to race now? Can't believe it's almost an hour and we are now getting to the race. Okay, so race finally, lights out, away we go. Carlos Sainz, good start. Okay, the Lando, George, and Lewis Hamilton thing. I think
Wait,
Lewis
didn't start from Charles as well, no?
Yeah. Everybody got a good start. I don't know what George was trying to do. I know that he was trying to cover off for Charles, but I think, I don't know, he was trying to go sideways and not straight, and he messed up. He lost that place to Charles. I mean,
yeah.
Should he start from George and...
Who pushed Lewis off? Is it Norris?
George. No.
George, okay.
Norris. It happened with Norris and then he...
Norris did not push him off.
So
Norris claimed that Lewis overtook him off the track.
But
Norris
I don't think he
didn't
overtook him off the track.
George and Lewis reached the first turn at the same time, and Lewis did not have room. I don't know if I would say George pushed him off. I would say Lewis ran out of room and he took the escape route.
Because there are curbs there. I mean, it would not have been a good decision to stay on the curb.
Yeah,
but
no.
I just saw the highlight. So Russell, I mean, didn't see Hamilton, and he kind of took the racing line, and Hamilton had nowhere to go, so he went off the track.
Yeah. And so then Hamilton was asked to give the position back to Russell. And then they also convinced him to give the position back to Norris.
Yeah.
Which I don't... The George Russell thing I can still understand because he gained that position off the track. But he overtook Norris fair and square on the track.
Yeah. Norris was never in front, actually.
Exactly my point. And this entire thing of the FIA going, oh, if you don't give it back, we are going to evaluate, and then the penalty is going to be hard. That's bullshit. That is so bullshit, because if you look at the replay, Lewis overtook Norris fair and square. He didn't need to
he was ahead of Norris, and then he went off track.
And
he went off track, rejoined safely, and continued with the race. But I don't know why they had to give it back to Norris. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So Mercedes convinced, I am using air quotes, you can't see it because my video is off, but the Mercedes convinced Lewis to give the position back to Norris, which
Yeah.
I don't know why Mercedes convinced him to do that, because if you're familiar with the rules and if you look at the replay, there was no rule broken. So I don't know, like this time I have a lot of problems with Team Mercedes, a lot of problems, and George Russell as well. And I will just say this, that I don't know, man. I think these new drivers crib a lot. And I know I have no reason to say this as a Lewis Hamilton fan, but I'm still like Norris crying about the fact that he deserves the position back was a bit too much for me. I was like, that didn't happen. You are not entitled to that position. And same for George. George didn't see him, okay, and happens. What do you expect Lewis to do?
Go on the curb and still follow the line.
If he's run out of the racing, what is he supposed to do?
Crash.
I just like Russell is just, oh my god. Okay, so good start by the Ferraris. But very interesting thing is that the pack does not spread out. Like the first 15-20 laps, they're not spreading out like you would expect them to spread out. So everybody's waiting for a safety car, and lo and behold, Logan Sargent takes one for the team, takes one for our entertainment, crashes into a wall, and a safety car comes out. Full safety car, everybody pits except the two Red Bulls who started on hards and are like, no, we're going to go long.
That was a kind of a dumb decision, though.
Yeah, 100% agree. That was
one of the rarest of
decision.
the rarest times where Hannah was wrong.
Yeah, it's okay. It happens to the best of us. She's still a boss, man. I love her so much. The only thing I love about Red Bull is Hannah Schmitz. But so Red Bull stay out, and then everybody starts overtaking the Red Bulls one by one, like they're fucking Williams, dude. Oh my god! Like,
and Max couldn't do anything.
He couldn't do anything. Like, everybody's on fresh hards, and Max Verstappen is on 20-21 lap old hards. So yeah, and then the best thing was that there was virtual safety car on lap 44 when Ocon's Alpine decided to go kaboom, and but Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez had already pitted just before. I think a lap or two before that, they had just pitted to get their fresh set of mediums. So another amazing, coincidentally bad decision that the Red Bull team took, which ensured that Max and Perez were not a threat for the race win. They would have finished in points, and I think Max finished 5th. I don't know where Perez finished, but much like Team Red Bull, we don't care. Now I want to talk about why I'm so angry with Mercedes. Okay, VSC comes out. George and Lewis both pit because they had the beautiful double stack. They had an extra spare set of mediums, and they double stack. And they get on fresh mediums.
Lewis had to. Lewis lost time.
Lewis lost time, but that was always a risk because they were like right next to each other. That was always going to happen. But like it's a VSC, you know, like it's not a full safety car that you can take that risk of having one more lap, because the safety car doesn't have to come in. It's just like, okay, VSC over, that's it. So I understand why they double stack. That is not the problem I have. They come out, they have a lot of clean air in front of them. I think Russell comes out 14 seconds behind Charles. Lewis comes out 5 seconds behind George. And they are gaining their points. Like, they were lapping at least 2 seconds quicker than the cars in the front. The minute they overtook Charles, they should have given team orders, because even in clean air, Lewis was lapping faster than George. And I get it. George had a phenomenal qualifying. He was the lead driver the entire race. I get it. 100% totally get it. But Charles was not a threat to them. Lewis has given up positions to Bottas when he's been in a very close battle with Sebastian Vettel, but he has given positions back. Why did Mercedes not say, George, let Lewis through? George caused, first of all, like he was pushing so hard, he was getting so desperate, he fucked up his own race. Okay, last lap goes into the wall, fucking like just what could have been a very good result for the team, just fucks it up because he was getting desperate, because he was running out of time. He held up Lewis for so long. He held
Yeah.
up for so long.
Lewis could have
had
won the race
such-
easily.
Lewis could have won the race. Lewis could have overtaken Norris. Lewis could have gained enough on Norris to have him fall off his DRS range. Carlos Sainz couldn't have done anything the minute Lewis overtakes Norris. And then George, while being in Norris's DRS zone, he could have overtaken Norris. It could have been a good 2-3 or 1-3 or a 1-2 for the team, if only Mercedes had given them team orders. And I don't understand why they don't back Lewis anymore. I don't get it. I understand you have to think about your future, but Lewis is their future for the next 2 years. Why are you not backing him up? What are you expecting Lewis is going to do?
No, why-
Is he just going to
why-
sit there?
Why all of a sudden all this is happening? Like from the last 2 races, they have been not there with Lewis at the podium.
No, I
Not
think
sure.
I no, I think so yeah, I heard that they didn't go to the podium, but like people who actually were at the Singapore GP have tweeted that no, the Mercedes mechanics were there. So like I don't know. I couldn't give a fuck. I mean, it would be good if they are there to celebrate because Lewis brought home the car. He got it to the finish line, unlike George Russell. But I'm like, why you went for a bold strategy. Now give the faster driver a chance to go for the win. They gave away another win. They gave away a potential win. I still think if not a win, it could have been a good P2, P3 for the team. And if
Very possible.
Lewis is not able to overtake Norris, which is totally possible, then before the last lap or like right at the line or whatever, Lewis will give the position back. He's done that before. He will do it. Why wouldn't he do it? Like, I don't get it. Like, why would you not support, like, he's in a, okay, I get it. Teams don't care about WDC, okay? But Lewis Hamilton is such a close battle with Alonso for P3. And considering that Sergio Perez was not in good points, he would have closed the gap more to Perez. Okay, had he just made up 1 or 2 more places. I mean, like if he had won the race, that's like 10 straight points, right? He also got the fastest lap. So that's like 11 extra points. The team is in a close battle with Ferrari and Aston Martin for the constructor, which is the one championship that they really, really care about. Aston is nowhere. Fernando is fucking running in 15th. Lance Stroll didn't even start the race. Okay, Ferrari is in decent points, but if you have a 1-2 with the team, that means the highest Ferrari scoring is 15th for the 3rd place. This is Carlos Sainz. Unless Norris is like, fuck it now, it doesn't matter. My podium is going, this Carlando thing cannot work anymore. I'm going for the move. There's a possibility that Norris also overtakes Carlos. Could happen, could not. But like, why would you not maximize your points? Why would you not ask George to let Lewis through? This is a good result for the team as well. Like a 1-2 is any day better than 3 and a car in the wall. I don't get it. So Mercedes, I'm like really disappointed. The last 7-8 laps, the minute they pitted for mediums, I was like hype. I was so happy. I was like, okay, yes, this is our chance. We can win. But Neil can attest to the fact how much stuff I threw because they didn't give team orders.
Yep. There were things flying around.
Wait, Lewis tried to overtake and it didn't happen somehow, I guess. I mean, Lewis is smart enough to overtake Russell, but somehow it didn't happen. Even though without the team orders also, did they ask Hamilton to hold the position? They didn't, right?
I'm not sure what the team communication was happening at the time. At least they didn't.
Team
what do
communication
you
was
say?
not shared. Na, kahan diya hai?
Yeah, it wasn't broadcasted, so I'm not sure. But I can totally understand Lewis not attacking George because they're trying to win this as a team. Like it's a team thing going on. It's not George versus Lewis at this point. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure if the team asked him to hold position. It is possible that Lewis was not able to overtake, but as somebody who has literally followed every single lap time of Carlos, Norris, Charles, Russell, and Lewis since lap 44, I'm telling you, if Lewis wanted to overtake, if he was going
He
for
could
the
have.
overtake, he would have done it in the clean air only. He didn't need to wait for them to overtake Charles, or he didn't need to wait until they reached Norris and Sainz. He didn't need that. Lewis was still faster, half a second faster than George in clean air also.
So that's the whole point, right? So he could have overtaken Russell easily. Then why didn't he? Maybe they were team orders. Maybe they were trying to.
So
play
then
it
they
safe.
were the
I'm
wrong
not
team
sure.
orders. Yeah, okay. If those were the team orders, they were the wrong team orders, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because
That-
Lewis
that-
had the
I
pace
agree,
to
I
win.
agree to that.
Yeah.
He
Lewis
clearly
had the
had
pace to win the race.
he clearly, I think he would have won by like 4 or 5 seconds if everything went well.
Yeah. And then it also makes me I'm getting more angrier that they asked him to give the position back to Norris, because if then you convince your driver who made a move fair and square on the first lap to give a position back, which he's not supposed to do. You look at the replay, you're like, okay, FIA, race control, here is your rule book. If you think something wrong happened, cool, let's see. You tell me what Lewis did wrong, because he overtook Norris fair and square on the track. Or there was no tire that was even on the white line. He was on the track, and like for the car to be off the track, or for all 4 tires need to be off on the other side of the white line, right? Not happening. So you just go, Lewis, you know what? That overtake was not illegal. So you don't need to give position. Let Norris cry. Let McLaren appeal. If you follow the rule book, that is not an illegal overtake. So you don't need to give that position back. If race control needs to see on that, there's always a possibility that a team makes a claim, but the claim does not stand. Has it not happened in F1? Of course it has happened in F1. So first you tell him to give a position back that he's not supposed to give back. Then the dude shows that he has the pace to win the race, and you bet your money on the screw up. Like, I admit, okay, George Russell did phenomenally well for Mercedes last year, but like the dude is so far behind Lewis. He's 71 points behind Lewis this season. 71 points behind.
Yeah,
I get
yeah.
it. Last year he was good. Not taking that away. Last year he won Brazil. Not taking that away. And he fended off. That's Brazil last year. They gave very clear orders. You're free to fight each other. Just be respectful. Okay, cool. And he managed to stay ahead of Lewis Hamilton. Phenomenal drive, not taking anything away. This season, he's not doing bad, but I'm still like, he's mistake prone. Sure, he does phenomenal qualifying performances, but you look at like the points come on the race day. Lewis has had 5 podiums. Mercedes team in total has had 5 podiums this season. I think all of them are Lewis Hamilton podiums. Yep, all of them are Lewis Hamilton podiums. Mercedes team has had 1 pole this season. Lewis Hamilton, 1 pole. It's Lewis Hamilton who's doing the majority of things for Mercedes this season.
He's carrying Mercedes this season.
He's carrying Mercedes thing. And George did it last year, okay? Not taking that away. But this year is not last year. It does not matter what he did last year, because if you have to see that, then look at what Lewis Hamilton did for you for a decade. Bloody, you're 8-time world champions because Lewis Hamilton was in that car. I mean, sure, the second driver too, but yeah, like he's won those championships with you. He's made Mercedes one of the most successful teams. Like, that partnership works. Like, why are you not backing him? I will start throwing things again. I'm still very angry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that made me very, very, very upset. I don't know how you cannot, like, I mean, blinded F1 fans, Lewis Hamilton fans would say, of course, Lewis should get. But like, I'm not talking from my heart. I'm talking based on data. And like, Lewis's lap times, every single lap, were faster than Russell. So I don't get it. I'm pissed.
what happened in the race and how it ended was very.
Yeah, it was again like racing blue balls, like how we were waiting in Mexico. You remember last year Mexico, we were all
Yeah,
waiting
yeah,
that
yeah.
some team is going to go for a bold strategy, and even then I was like, Mercedes, just go for a bold strategy, it doesn't matter. Here they decided to go for the bold strategy, and and I mean, if Russell had to fuck up, could he not have fucked up like 5 laps to go? Lewis could have at least gotten a P2. Like at least a P2. He would have gotten Norris easy. Like if he had to fuck up 10 laps to go or like 5 laps to go, like at least Lewis has enough time to maybe do something about the situation. I'm pissed. Anyways, thank you for coming to my Mercedes get your shit
Rant.
together rant. Yeah. Yeah, I don't get it. Like, do you really have any reason to justify why they are
Supporting
I
Russell
don't
outright.
yeah, I don't think they are necessarily supporting Russell more. I think they don't want to be very obvious on who is their first driver. I think they want to be like a very neutral, or it totally depends on who is the lead driver. It totally depends on who does better on a particular race weekend. And then no matter what happens in the rest of the weekend, but the driver who's qualified ahead is the driver who gets the preferential strategy. Like, I don't understand. When you have clear evidence that suggests that maybe the driver who did not do too well in the qualifying is doing better in the race, why not? Why not try to maximize on your results? I don't get it. And it might have happened the other way around also. It might have happened when Lewis was ahead of George, but Lewis was not able to extract better, but like extract as much from the car as George was. Maybe George was doing better that race. Then why not give the preferential strategy to George if he's able to get more out of the car for that particular race weekend? Like, those are the decisions that they should be. What the fuck are they doing at the pit wall, man? I don't get it. Fucking annoying. Yeah. So I'm
और
still
क्या हुआ
pissed.
race?
Also, like Ferrari, totally screwed Charles over. Like, I understand
Again.
why they did it. But I think they kind of overkilled with Charles's, because they had to stop him for a longer period of time so that he does not get an unsafe release or whatever. But that
Yeah, I mean,
totally
it's
screwed
not
him
their
over.
fault as well.
It's yeah, but like I still think that it was a little bit of an overkill, because
No, I don't think so. I mean,
but it's a safety car. It's obvious that it's going to happen, right? I'm not saying that they should risk getting an unsafe release, but I still think that they maybe made Charles stop a little bit longer than they needed to.
the unsafe release would be again a 5 second, but it would have been
5 second
worse.
penalty. Yeah.
With the
No.
power of hindsight, we could have we can tell this thing because I mean, they have overkilled and everything, but I think it's just unlucky, nothing else. I mean, they did what they could possibly do. Same, what happened at Monza, they did what they could do, everything in their hands.
Yeah.
Same here as well, in Singapore as well. I didn't see any mess up or fuck up from Ferrari this weekend as well. Very rare.
No,
Simultaneous weekends. Very rare.
I don't think I wouldn't call this a fuck up. I would just say in my opinion, maybe they were a bit too cautious, but I understand why they were a bit too cautious, because like if you look at where Max Verstappen finished, if Charles had a 5 second penalty, he would have lost that place. Like he would have finished even more behind. Like, just I mean, he gained a position because of Russell. Thank you, Russell. But I'm just saying. And oh man, it could very easily have been a 1-2 for Mercedes, and I can't believe that they didn't. I cannot believe that they did not. So, anyways,
That's it.
yeah, that's it, man. Like, but I will just say this, hands down, this was one of the best races of the season so far.
I agree. I 100% agree on that.
Like, I never thought I would say this about Singapore, because like Singapore, in my mind, is like another version of Monaco, right? There's not much that happens. It's very difficult to overtake. It's a high speed street track. You can't, like, the only thing that can happen is like crazy crashes or people just going into the wall and things like that. And like strategy is largely defined by safety cars, which is what happened in this race. But I still think it had a lot of excitement because I think the last 15 odd laps, we had 5 people who could potentially win. I would not say 5, but like the top 5 could have jumbled up very heavily. Like there was a chance. Like up until that point, we would have thought that, oh yeah, it's Carlos is going to easily win. But like the minute Mercedes pitted both the cars, it was like, okay, now we have to see what happens. Also, special shout out to Carlos Sainz. What racing IQ, man. What racing IQ. I mean, and the funniest thing is he has to tell his pit wall that he's giving Norris DRS on purpose. Like, that is the funniest thing. That is such a boss line. He comes on the radio, is like, Norris 0.8 behind. Yeah, it's on purpose.
I know.
I know what I'm doing. But yeah, the bromance that all F1 fans love. Carlando. But man, Carlos Sainz, mega racing brains. I think we've seen this even last season also. Like Carlos made a lot of his strategy decisions, whereas Charles is mostly like, yeah, he trusts the pit wall a lot more. But this was just like brilliant presence of mind from Carlos. Like it wasn't even, I wouldn't call it strategy. It was just like a boss move, like a Chad move, where he was like, yeah, I know I can give Norris DRS enough so that he has space to defend against Mercedes, but not so much that he ever becomes a threat to me, which was like really good.
We got one of the coolest radios of the season, right? It was on purpose.
Yeah. That is going to be a sticker, pretty sure. Somebody's going to make a sticker or a t-shirt out of it. We could do it, but much like our social media, we're not going to.
We don't have.
Yeah. Hands down, one of the best
Singapore
radio messages of all time. And also, yeah, this is, I think, the most entertaining Singapore race. But like before the race started, somebody posted that the last time it was a Ferrari 1-3 on 17th of September was in the 2017 or 2018 race where Seb, Max and Kimi all crashed together. Did you know that? And imagine your trauma. So the last time there was a Ferrari 1-3 on 17th of September in Singapore was that crash that happened.
No.
Sebastian, Kimi and Max Verstappen.
Oh.
That Singapore race was apparently also on 17th of September.
Ouch. Yo, honey weather, sorry, bro.
But it's a good thing. That's not a curse because, I mean, Ferrari won. And congratulations to Carlos Sainz and Ferrari and Honey Badger. At least one red team got through. Give you something to cheer about.
I'm not so happy also. Just like whatever.
Why not?
Ferrari. I mean, I am in a mindset that Ferrari didn't fuck up like from the last 2 races. Life is good. That's it.
I know. The bar is very low. And also, thank you, Carlos Sainz, for ending Max Verstappen's race-winning streak.
No, it was Albon. You didn't see that meme or what?
Which one?
So Albon has got appendicitis last year or something.
Oh yeah.
And there was like a chain of events from there, a domino effect.
Domino
which
effect.
led to Liam Lawson here.
Liam Lawson. Oh my god. But yeah, special shout out to him, man. Liam Lawson, amazing performance in the AlphaTauri. I think he's doing a very, very, very good job in that AlphaTauri. And congratulations on your first points. Yeah, that's it. I think. Congratulations, guys. This was like, I think, the first episode where we did not tangent into football.
Because it was an amazing race.
Because the race was good, no?
Because the race was
we
good.
had a lot of talking points.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just goes to show how much content can be created if Red Bull is not in the running. No, it's not true.
The same can be said about Mercedes also.
Yeah. Pretty sure, man. Pretty sure. I'm
In
not.
fact,
I'm
any
not
team
saying
which
it's
has
one.
been
Any team that
dominating.
is dominating. Yeah.
Yeah.
But any last football talking points like we need to.
No, not football. I think we have to talk about that Alonso drive, right? With the suspension, with the broken suspension or something
Oh
like that.
yeah,
Alonso was
Alonso
driving with
had
a
a
broken
broken
suspension.
suspension for most of the race.
Yeah, he also got a penalty for crossing the pit entry line.
Yeah, sure.
But
FIA can only penalize.
no, I was like, I was going to ask, was it because of the suspension that he lost control? That is why, or is it
I'm
there
not
that he
sure
broke the
about that.
suspension? So that
Not
was my.
sure.
I wasn't mocking Alonso. I would not do that to the Dark Lord. But I'm just saying, got that penalty. So I thought maybe that is where he broke his suspension because but isn't it dangerous to be driving a car with a broken suspension? Where is the
Obviously.
meatball flag? Where is the meatball flag?
I mean,
Why is that not a meatball flag?
there were
Because
instances in the past also. People have lost some part of the car and still they
yeah,
go and completed the race. So it's not
if
a
it
big of an
doesn't
issue,
look
I guess.
very scary, then it's
See,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, but like a broken suspension could make you lose control of the car and really have a bad crash.
I think they would have waited for Alonso's, couple of laps to understand if it is really broken, how he is driving and everything, and they would have found it satisfactory, so they didn't do anything.
Oh, is that why he said it is undrivable on the radio? The
Possible.
one radio broadcast.
Yeah,
Okay.
possible.
Oh, I thought he was just talking about Aston Martin because that car has become shit, man. Like Alonso jinxed himself so hard when he said, I'm gonna be on podium every single race weekend. And then it's just like one
True.
podium he's had since then, which is Netherlands. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Is there anything else?
I guess
Yeah.
that's it.
No,
Oh, okay. So any last football talking points?
nah. I haven't seen much of football this week.
Barca won 5-0 yesterday, so I'm happy.
Oh,
Joao Felix, man, he has turned into a beast after coming to Barcelona.
that's great, bro. I'm so happy. But I've been away from football and everything since last week.
Felix is playing good, really good.
Felix was
That's
a good
great.
player. He just didn't get a good club.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
And United fans had a very brightened day. I'm gonna keep making that joke. And Kramer is not here to defend Harry Maguire, but Kramer has been very vocal about the shit Harry Maguire is getting.
I mean, to be frank, he has a point. I mean, Harry Maguire should not be the scapegoat of all the Man United loss. He shouldn't be.
So Manu will always find a scapegoat for
Exactly. That's
as
a fair point.
good a club that Manu claims. They always go and find a scapegoat and blame everything on that scapegoat.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
this is
yeah.
not new.
Yeah.
So
I mean, all that argument is correct, but he scores own goals, man. What?
He's
Okay.
not the scapegoat for Man United's loss, but he's just a shitty player. That's it.
He's not up to the mark to be in Man United, I would say. I mean,
Yeah.
if you come,
He would
come
be a
up with
good
an
West
argument
Ham
that-
player.
Exactly. So is he worth 80 million? Definitely not. If you come up with an argument saying that even Chris Evans or whoever the centre backs are there at the Man United,
Johnny Evans.
except for
Not
Varane.
Chris
Yeah,
Evans.
Johnny Evans.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was-
Johnny Evans.
When Captain America started
Sorry.
playing football.
So all those Phil Jones and all, they belong to the same category. I mean, you could say that Maguire is
Phil Jones
maybe
had a
better
chance.
than them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still,
but to be very honest, Phil Jones is worse than Maguire. Trust me.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying. When you compare him with Phil Jones, Maguire might feel, better quality player, but the club had Rio Ferdinand, man. They had Vidic at one
Vidic,
point.
yeah. From going from Vidic and Ferdinand to, I don't think so. There has been a centre back pairing after that looked solid after Vidic and Ferdinand.
Never.
Yeah. That's why.
I mean, Varane could have could have been the that one solid center back that Man United needed, but unfortunately, he doesn't have a good pair.
So
He
who
needs a
would
good
you
center back.
so who would you say has a chance to win the Premier League this season?
Man City.
No, I think Arsenal is winning this season.
No, Arsenal are too shit to win. They're bottle tops.
Neil hates Arsenal.
Why, bro?
Irrational
you have-
hatred towards Arsenal.
Wait, why do you hate Arsenal? You have made it like a retirement home for all your players.
Yeah, so that's like that part I like. There we can loot them, but like we sold them Kai Havertz, lol.
You sold them Willian, you sold them Kai Havertz, you sold them.
They buy all the
Who
back
is that?
players. That is so crazy.
You sold them David Luiz.
Yeah. They are a retirement home for our retired players. Yeah, that's true.
Maybe where is Aubameyang playing? He's at Chelsea only, no?
No,
Aubameyang
he's gone. It's terminated contract.
Terminated contract. Okay, I thought you sell back Aubameyang to Arsenal again.
That would have been crazy.
Oba joined somewhere. I forgot where, but he signed somewhere.
French club, Marseille, I think so.
Yeah, Marseille. But why do you hate Arsenal, Neil?
Because they suck.
North London hatred.
That's not the reason. Tell them.
What?
Why do you hate them?
Because they suck.
They don't suck.
They suck.
He hates them because they were very obnoxious about that one very good season they had where they only dropped like 1 or 2 matches.
No, they didn't lose any
The
match.
golden-
They drew 12 matches, but they didn't lose any match.
This is the explanation I
golden-
wanted you to give. That's why he hates them.
Arsenal is the only team to have a golden trophy.
Yeah.
Anibacha, okay, you think Arsenal. Shaguni, who do you think is going to win the Premier League this
City.
season?
City.
Alright, fuck off. I'm going for Liverpool because that's my club. On that positive note, let's end this podcast.
Yes.
On that overly optimistic note, let's end this podcast.
Yeah, a girl can dream. Anyways, thank you. Thank you everyone for joining for this amazing race that we had.
Wait, what about predicts?
Predicts? Oh my god, I didn't want to give the satisfaction to Kramer that I did the points thing. But like because I haven't. But okay, we can do it now. So Kramer predicted Perez, Max, Charles, fastest lap to Max. Only 1 McLaren in top 10, no Williams in points, and at least 2 DNFs. I have to see the results. Like, I didn't calculate the points. Okay, let me see the results. Let's do it.
Only 1 McLaren in points, correct, right?
Is
And
it?
2 DNFs.
Yes.
I think so.
Yes, she was outside top 10.
Was he?
And-
I don't know. Dude, I was so focused towards, what do you say?
At least
The top two
at least
battles.
2 DNFs was also right.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
Williams out of points
Oscar
was also right.
Piastri. Oscar Piastri scored 6 points. He finished 7th.
Oh,
Yes. Dude got out in
Nice.
Q1 and he scored 6 points. So that is wrong. So like the podium,
Well done.
no points. Fastest lap was to Hamilton, so no points. Only 1 McLaren top 10, no points. No Williams in points. Is that true?
yes.
I think that is true. Yes. So 1 point for that and at least 2 DNFs. So 2 points to
Yes.
Kramer. Congratulations, Kramer. You cribbing.
Yay.
Yeah. Shaguni, you predicted Charles, Perez, Norris. Fastest lap to Max. 1 Mercedes driver in top 5. You are very lucky. Yeah, like your entire
I know.
prediction came true only because George fucked up. So 1 point there. Bottas in Q2 and Stroll top 10. Lol. Stroll did not make it to top 10, but did Bottas make it to Q2?
Stroll did
No,
not
no,
make
no.
it to race.
No, no, no.
No, he didn't.
Stroll
Stroll didn't make it to
because
race.
Stroll crash की वजह से Bottas का lap क्या?
Yeah. So you get 1 point
1.
for 1 Mercedes driver in top 5. Honey Badger, you predicted Charles, Carlos, Alonso, fastest lap to Norris.
Everything
At
is wrong, I
least
think, in
one
my
team
predictions.
Double DNF, Albon to finish top 8, and Russell beat Hamilton. It was so close for you. It was so close. But at least one team double DNF. No,
No,
didn't
nothing.
happen.
Didn't happen.
No.
Didn't happen.
Sorry. And I predicted Charles, Lewis, Carlos, fastest lap to Charles. 1 full safety car in the race. At least 3 DNFs. and pole sitter won't be race winner. I really wanted Lewis to win the race, man, so I could get a point. But I get 2 points for one full safety car and at least 3 DNFs. So that's it. I've not tallied the marks because it's a whole thing, man. That's it. Still a closer fight than what is happening in F1. But I'm excited for the P2 battle for drivers and for constructors. Lewis is 53 points behind Perez. It's not like it's not doable considering Perez does not have a good form. And I mean, I will pray to God that Red Bull's trouble continue for at least 2 or 3 more races at the least.
I
Can you
think
imagine
Japan
how
they will come back
amazing
strong.
Japan is going to
there.
be? No, but like if Red Bull has similar troubles in Japan, I think Japan is going to be an even better race than Singapore. Because Japan is a very fast track. You can have a lot more overtakes there. Let's see. Okay. Thanks, guys. Thank you. We didn't
Thank
trash
you.
Kramer, but we'll save that for our other personal chat that Kramer does not know about. Okay.
It's okay, I guess we can spare him for one episode.
For one episode. But if our views go down, Kramer, we have no other choice but to trash you. Yeah.
Hey, also I think we missed one thing. Who is going to race Aston Martin for Aston in Suzuka? Who do you think it will be?
No, it's Lance Stroll. Like, I think Aston Martin put out a statement saying that despite some articles on the social media saying that Lance Stroll will not be racing, the team confirmed that Lance is fine and he will be the one who's racing in Suzuka. They put out
Oh,
a statement
okay.
saying that. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. Yep.
Cool.
Yes. Cool. So, Suzuka, excited. One of the best circuits. I really like Suzuka circuit. I think there is there is prediction of rain. I only know this
Yeah,
because
I don't
told you.
want rain in Suzuka.
yeah, I know. I mean, the track record has been bad, but there is prediction that it's going to be a little bit wet. I
It
don't
was
want it
last
to
season only, right? We had that.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
That,
Yeah, do not talk about last season, man.
oh yeah. Drivers are driving past the truck.
Yeah,
Tractor.
Oh, track that JCB one. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So it is near Osaka, right? The track is near Osaka. So let's see what the prediction is rain. So let's see. Hopefully it rains at all the times when there is no race. So which is like night time and like early morning. FIA has proven time and again that they are incapable of learning from their mistakes, and I would much rather have a safe dry race than a dangerous wet race. So I think probably the only time we'll ever pray for no rain on a race weekend. Cool?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay then. Good night, everyone. Thank you for listening. Find us on our socials. What else do I say? Yeah, reach out to us at overthecurvepodcast@gmail.com if you have anything to say to us or on our socials. Cool. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.